the geniuses over at MSNBC decided to bring on a body language expert to attack Bernie. They're, of course, talking about the exchange in the Democratic debate where Bernie was asked if he told Elizabeth Warren that a woman can't win the election, and he was like, no, I didn't say that. And then the moderator turned to Elizabeth Warren and said, how did you feel when he said that? It was so comically biased against Bernie, it was laughable, but here's MSNBC doing some analysis on that.
Dust up between the two of them is that scandals hurt you more when they seem plausible, right? I mean, Bernie Sanders does have a sort of physicality, you know, when he talks, that is a shaking your finger at Hillary Clinton, shaking your finger, shovey, weirdy, you know, his physicality makes me think, yeah, he could have said, you know, listen, I think in this environment a woman can't win. That doesn't seem like a crazy
Well, first of
thing
all,
for him
I
to
think Bernie's lying. We see him, he slouches forward anyway, Joy, but here he turtles. If you look at his eye level where he normally answers questions, when he makes the denial, his whole shoulders come up like a little kid getting caught. His eye level is below his shoulders. This is trying to hide in plain sight. And many of us, we don't know what to look for. So if you look for this right out of the gate, and the strongest denial is simply saying no. And I think women in particular, we want to believe human beings. So we're like, yeah, I would say that. He literally said, well, as a matter of fact, I didn't say it. That's 9 words. Unnecessary. No. Did you vote for Donald Trump in the last election?
Absolutely no.
Right? So no. Did you dress up as an Easter bunny on Easter?
Absolutely no.
Right? So it's no. We say no. Absolutely is actually not the strongest denial. You're playing with me here in the game, but at least you're getting the no in here. We're not hearing the no with Bernie. Also with Bernie, he has numerous hotspots. He says, well. Liars like to start with well. He looks away. He laughs. I think he might have been coached to laugh in this moment. A lot of politicians are coached to laugh in the difficult times. So we're focused on the laughter, and it's supposed to send a message that this isn't serious. It is serious. If he said it, which I believe that he did, he would have been better to just own it. You know, Barack Obama wrote a book years ago, and he said what in the book? He tried cocaine and marijuana, and he never touched the stuff again. We never talked about it when he was president after that. If Bernie just owned it, this would disappear. We wouldn't be talking about it 6 days later.
So this body language expert is a personal friend of Joe Biden, and they didn't disclose that. Now, she also has other beliefs that are super questionable, but we don't need to get into that right now because here's the bottom line. Body language experts, there's this field known as kinesics. That's what it's called. If you haven't heard of that, don't worry. There's a very simple reason why you haven't. It's pseudoscience. One of the people who was a founder in this field, his name's Ray Birdwhistle. And he literally said, there are no universals in body language. So in other words, that means it's interpretation. There are no hard and fast rules. So when she goes, oh, well, Bernie Sanders looked down and his shoulders went up when he made the denial. Her interpretation of that was he's caught, so he's lying and he's like a turtle in his shell. Just as easily could have been the case that he's embarrassed to have to answer this question when he knows he didn't say it. So he doesn't want to be there because it's embarrassing that he has to answer such a ridiculous question when his record shows the exact opposite is true. There's videos of him in 1987 and 1988 saying a woman can win and things are changing but not fast enough. So for him to, you know, be like, I didn't say it, that's almost like, this is such nonsense. I can't believe I have to waste my time with it. And it's like a shrug and a way to get out of the situation because you find it preposterous. Could just as easily be that. She didn't allow that in as a possibility. Oh no, he's trying to be a turtle hiding in his shell. Right, yeah, this is scientific. He was trying to be a turtle hiding in his shell, and he was guilty. And I love how she said, well, the denial wasn't good enough because, you know, he said, well, as a matter of fact, I didn't say that. That's not a strong enough denial. He should have just said no. As far as denials go, his was very straight to the point. Yes, no would have been shorter, but no is short. Absolutely no is short, like Joyanne Reed was giving there as an example. And as a matter of fact, I didn't say it, is really short. By the way, it's a debate. It's a debate. And at the end, the clip they didn't show, they ask him more direct. They say, so, are you saying you didn't say it? And he says, correct. That's correct. Super straightforward to the point. They didn't show that clip. They could have just as easily showed that clip and said, well, I got to believe him because he said it in 2 or 3 words. But they didn't do it. Guys, they went into the segment with their mind made up, trying to push an agenda. I know all of you know this, but there might be some people who stumble across this video who don't know it, and they think that a body language expert is actually scientific. You know who does body language expert stuff? I'm not kidding about this. Fox News. They're famous for this. They bring on a body language expert to verify whatever narrative they want to push. And every time it's, the Republican's telling the truth and the Democrat is lying. Look at that. Trump is awesome and his detractors are terrible. Look at that. Bill O'Reilly used to do this all the time. So that's the level that we've stooped to. MSNBC doing pseudoscience hit jobs on Bernie Sanders because they don't like him. Congratulations. Now, the final thing I want to say is, listen, if they want to play this game, and how many times have we spoken about this? They're playing an identity-based game where they have nothing to hit Bernie on policy-wise. So they default to, we'll just go after him on identity. And there's no there either, but they're just relying on people saying, well, he's an old white guy, so he has to have retrograde social beliefs. They're relying on, like, the stereotype that an old white dude, can't have enlightened social views. That's what they're doing here. But in the midst of this segment, Joy-Ann Reid says, Bernie's got he's got a physicality to him. He's shovey. He's weirdy. Now, if we're playing their game, and to be clear, we're not, because we're actually principled and we don't throw around false accusations of bigotry like they do. But if we were playing their game, we'd be like, why are you being anti-Semitic? Yeah, sure, just call the Jew, the Jew has a weird physicality to him. He's shovey. He's weirdy. Is he? Is he shifty? Is he pushy? Is he a pushy Jew? Is that what he is? They don't understand. We could easily flip this game right back on them. Bernie said a woman can't win. He didn't say that. Okay, are you saying a Jew can't win? Every time you say you think Bernie will lose to Trump, are you saying a Jew can't win? Can't believe how anti-Semitic you are. Can't believe. Now, what would they say? No, I didn't say a Jew can't win. I said Bernie can't win. Him. Well, interesting. So maybe, give the same charitable interpretation to people on the left when they say Amy Klobuchar can't win or Elizabeth Warren can't win. Maybe it's got nothing to do with their characteristics that they can't control. Maybe they just think they're a bad candidate for ideological reasons, for policy reasons, and so forth. But no. It's always, oh my God, he's a bigot, he's sexist, this, that, even though the record shows the exact opposite. Anything to not talk about his actual record, because his record is unmatched and above and beyond everybody else. So don't talk about that. I think maybe he said in a private conversation with Elizabeth Warren that, a woman can't win. Let me ask you guys something. What's more likely? He said that, or Elizabeth Warren made it up. That's a possibility. Or Bernie said something like, because of sexism, because of racism, Donald Trump is going to weaponize that against whoever he runs against. He's going to use bigotry to his advantage against, whoever he's running against. He's going to be unfair. Because of sexism, it is harder for a woman to get elected. And she spun that as, he said a woman can't win. That almost definitely is the case. Bernie definitely didn't say a woman can't win. He probably said, because of sexism, there's an unfair disadvantage against women, which is a uber woke argument. That's what that is. He's giving the woke argument. So, but see, that's the thing, guys. There's no way out of this. He's damned if he does, damned if he doesn't. Some, other establishment media hack was circulating a video yesterday of Bernie Sanders saying basically that point as well. It was the same point. The point of, listen, Trump is going to use whatever against his opponents. And we all have things that, will be held against us. Me, I'm 78 years old. Pete Buttigieg, he'd be the first gay president. And he clarifies, and he's super specific. Now, is that a bad thing? No, of course not. Of course a gay person can win. But will this stuff all be weaponized? If you're a woman, if you're old, if you're gay, he's like, yeah, they're going to weaponize that against whoever's running. Which, again, is the woke argument. That's the woke argument that people have been making until Bernie agrees with it, and then they turn around and go, oh my God, it's sexist that he made the woke argument. Make your mind up. And that's the point. If Bernie says, hey, women have it tougher to win because of sexism, they say, oh my God, that's sexist because he said a woman struggles to win. If Bernie says the opposite, no, a woman has every same equal opportunity, they go, oh my God, that's sexist. You're saying there's nothing biasing the process against women, and there is. So there's no way out of it. Damned if he does, damned if he doesn't. As long as the old white dude brings up anything involving gender, anything involving race, immediately they're going to take it out of context and act like, see, he's a primitive, he has primitive social beliefs, retrograde social beliefs, and nobody should trust him because of that. But we should all be thankful because, guys, this is all they have. They can't get him on policy substance. All the other stuff didn't work. What about Venezuela? Here's a video of Bernie saying kind things about Fidel Castro in like 1978. Nobody cares. Nobody gives a fuck. So what are you going to do? I don't know. What's our old playbook? I don't know. Bigot. Congratulations on being this desperate and this pathetic. It means Bernie's a real threat and they know it.